Where's Waldo? He's getting chat set up. Getting started in 5 mics. If you have any conspiracy stories, toss them into chat or the Discord. Discord. https discord gg benyay tridix 8.
Hello, hello. How you doing? How is everybody? It's Wednesday, and I am Waldo. I'm here to feel the politics with you. Thanks for being here. We've got all kinds of conspiracies to go over tonight. It is very exciting, isn't it exciting? All the conspiracies. We've got so many to choose from tonight. I've got a whole bunch of them. Well, not that many, but a few picked out. If you've got any that you'd like to talk about, toss them into the chat, toss them into the Discord, and I'm texting some people right quick. Sorry about that. All right. And yeah, we've got conspiracies to talk about. We've got all kinds of fun stories. We've got a couple of other things to do. And then when we run out of that, we'll play a game and we'll have our super fun lady, Canooch, tell us and read your thoughts to us out loud. So if you want her to read your thoughts out loud, just hop into chat and she will read.
Canooch.
Canooch, our Lord and Savior Canooch, lovely lady that she is, will read it all out loud and tell us what you're thinking. And we'll play some video games. It'll be a good time. Uh, let's get started with the fun one. Um, Webcam screen, here we go. And then we turn off game capture and we turn on window capture. And then
Slots.
KBP plays the slots. I wonder if it's going to work. It should. I didn't turn it off.
The result is at KBP 24. Good job. You got 2 equal emojis x2. You won 100 points.
Amazing. Well done, sir. You. That's why it took such a long
Let's
time. Let's
go.
go. Yeah. Let's go, KBP. You're ready to roll. It's a good night. It took a really long time to come up with that thing because I had to double check and be like, is that allowed? Is KBP allowed to win? I don't think he is. There must be something wrong. So they double checked their math and then the math actually checked out and you won. Congratulations. If you want to be cool like KBP, go into the kick chat and start typing and you'll get points.
Gamble 100. At KBP 24 dice roll result 1. You lost the bet.
Poor guy. All right. So, what are we doing today? Man posted YouTube video with father's severed head while ranting about Joe Biden. Okay. So, it's hell of a headline. You know what I mean? Like, as far as headlines go, that's a good one. Justin Moan was arrested in Pennsylvania after his mother found the headless corpse. His social media shows a long history of troubling far-right conspiracy theories and talking points. So, yeah, this guy is very special. I have I put on my rubber boots and I went into the sewers of the internet today to look into this and uh, I found it. Yeah, you should not go looking for this. It is not good. He literally does from right there in that photo have like an actual severed human head right down by his feet. I do not have any of those at the moment, but he did. He kind of picked it up, showed it to the camera like this, and then put it back down. Um, yeah, it was real. It was there. Um, the it got removed from YouTube very quickly, and you'll never guess what's happening online. You will never guess what's happening. Uh, what what could possibly happen in this situation? We all come together and have a complex and nuanced discussion about mental health. The only thing you've got, Bork Boink, the only thing you've got, Bork Boink, what? Uh, anyway, throwing me off. Did we all have a complicated discussion about mental health? Did we uh, bring ourselves together to come to a good idea? Did we know what happened? No. We all point the finger. The fact that he's yelling about Joe Biden means that he's obviously a QAnon loving Trump supporter who should not be paid attention to. If you're on the internet, the other side of the internet suggested that he actually is suing the government about his student loan, which makes him a leftist and a liberal. So Both sides have suggested that this is a crazy person that belongs to the other side. Uh, in very typical, usual internet fashion, that's what happens. So yeah, anybody who likes Trump is suggesting that this guy got a student loan, couldn't pay it, and went crazy, and it's because he's a liberal, and that's just makes you crazy. And so the other side, all the liberals online are like, oh look, he hates Joe Biden, and so he clearly spits QAnon facts, which means he's on the right. So he's both. We need a we need a third party, honestly, and it'll be the incoherent party. Uh, that's their only goal is be incoherent. Um, the and it'll attract a lot of people, I think. The incoherent party. You've heard of the independents? No, 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 no. We don't want independents. We don't want people who are in between, in the middle of the left and the right. No, no, no. We want the incoherents. We want people who are like, I'm really upset with the war in. I'm really upset with what's happening in Afghanistan, so I'm going to throw rocks off a bridge. Okay, that's incoherent. That's that's where this guy's at. You know, this guy's really upset about his student loans, and so he chopped his own dad's head off. Incoherent. You know, I'm really unhappy with the way that the tax structure is set up. So I'm going to light gas stations on fire. Let's go. You know, incoherent party. At least we can like predict, not quite predict, but know what's going to happen to them. Yeah, but all their votes would just go to a shredder and it'd be better. Yeah, see, if you go to the incoherent party, you can run on Vermin Supreme. You remember Vermin Supreme? That guy was incoherent. You know, maybe yeah. If you're upset about a thing, you just act in a wild, incoherent, nonsensical way, and it'll be fun. Because that's what this guy is. He's not left. He's not right. He's incoherent. He sued the he sued his state government like 3 or 4 times for tricking him into taking a student loan, and he talked about how he couldn't get a job after he graduated college because they wouldn't hire him because he was too smart. He was too educated. You see, he went to college on the on the he borrowed a lot of money, got a college loan, went to college, graduated college, but then could not be hired because he was too smart, according to him. According to him, he was too well educated, too smart, and the companies would not hire him. And because they couldn't hire, and because of woke DEI initiatives as well, he was a straight white man, so he's not allowed to be hired anymore. Those are not you're not allowed to buy, or you're not allowed to hire straight white men in Joe Biden's America anymore. They're just all of them are laid off. All of them have been removed from the workforce, according to him, and because of that, he couldn't pay his bills, so he goes into debt. He has to move back in with his parents, and then they drive him nuts. And then, well, and that's almost understandable. But then, yeah, he starts suing the government and saying, "Oh, I can't pay this back. I can't pay this back. This is you tricked me into taking this loan, and I can't pay it back. And it is a scam. The loan, the colleges are a scam. I mean, from beginning to end, colleges are a scam. The loan structure is a scam. What they teach is a scam. The fact that they have to have so much large infrastructure is a scam. Um, on one at the end, they just give you a piece of paper and says, "Yeah, you did it. Congratulations." Maybe you learned a thing. Maybe you didn't. Who knows? It's a scam. Anyway, I've never been there. It's not a place for smart people. Anyway, so because of all that stuff, he then goes crazy. He gets internet poisoned. He goes a little bit nuts. He has severe mental issues, and nobody notices. Nobody does anything about it. No one can do anything about it. Um, he then killed his dad today or yesterday. Chopped his head off, showed it around on stream, and now instead of having a difficult conversation about how this happened, how can we avoid it? Was he crazy all along? Was he disturbed 10 years ago? We just didn't notice it. Were there flags? Can we do anything about this? How do we prevent this from happening in the future? We're all just going to blame the president we don't like. If you don't like Biden, it's his fault. If you don't like Trump, it's his fault. So that'll be a good time. I'm sure it'll go fine. Nothing could possibly go wrong with this plan, with this system. Uh, every time something goes wrong, blame the president you don't like, because that's the that's where our politics has gotten to. It is That's just where we are. That's how politics works now. Gas prices too high. It's the president you don't like's fault. Uh, Oil prices too low. That's also the fault of the president that you don't like. Um, Education costs too high. The president you don't like. It's his fault. Doesn't matter which one you choose, basically. Um, as long as you pick a side and stick with it. uh, so let's see. There are other conspiracy theories to talk about today. And let's see if I wrote anything down. I think I took some notes on that guy. Yeah, I think that's it for that guy. So let's do the next one, which would be. Ooh, this is a good one. Oops, wrong button. Well, come on, mouse. Why you do this to me? Tay Tay. Oh yeah, you've been reading about this one, haven't you? You've heard about this. You know about this. Conservatives go next level crazy with Taylor Swift Super Bowl conspiracies. Now the Kansas City Chiefs have made it to the Super Bowl. The far right is freaking out about Taylor Swift again because uh, the I don't I know what this one is. It's the Super Bowl always has conspiracy theories around it. After 9/11, the Patriots won, and they say that that was rigged so that the American Patriots would win. Sure, but then there's always undercurrents of things swirling around it. Usually they don't involve Taylor Swift. It's mostly the Super Bowl show, and Lady Gaga was on there, and she had a finger around on her eye, and that's an Illuminati symbol, and this is an Illuminati symbol, folks. When the singer comes out there and puts her finger over her eye like that, she's telling you that that is the all-seeing eye of Moloch, and usually that's what the conspiracies are centered around. But this one is special because it's the left and Joe Biden. The far right is convinced that the Super Bowl will be rigged in favor of the Kansas City Chiefs so that Taylor Swift can get more attention before she endorses another competition rigger, Joe Biden. The Chiefs defeat uh, the Chiefs defeated the Baltimore Ravens Sunday night and will go on to defend the Super Bowl champion title. Much of the buzz around the recent Chiefs games, though, is due to the presence of the superstar Swift. Let's get to the good part. Former presidential candidate and current Donald Trump toady Vivek the Fake Ramaswamy tweeted on Monday that he wonders who's going to win the Super Bowl next month. I wonder if there's a major presidential endorsement coming from an artificially, culturally propped up couple this fall. Just some wild speculation over there. Over here, let's see how it ages over the next 8 months. You, Vivek the Fake Ramaswamy, are a moron. Complete and utter. You lost the election. You, you lost the primaries. You pretended to be Trump. You said all of his things. And then when you didn't get the votes, you blame everybody but you. Vivek has blamed everybody but him for his failures. And he will always do so because he's a conservative. It's what they do. So he will, he has, reality has not conformed to his beliefs and opinions. And instead of determining whether or not those beliefs and opinions are incorrect, no. Vivek cannot possibly have an incorrect belief or opinion. No. And those beliefs and opinions are tied directly to his identity, his own soul, his being is tied inexorably to his beliefs and his opinions. So they can't possibly be wrong, or else he'd be wrong, and that's not going to happen. So instead of doing that, he just tells you that reality is wrong. Reality must be the one who is wrong. It is how conspiracy theorists operate. It is not a surprise. I was one for a very long time. I paid attention to them. I read them. I understood them, and I thought about them a lot. And then I got better. You can get better. It's possible. You can do better. You can abandon it. You can give it up. You can go cold turkey and then stare at it from far away and be like, "Wow, was that really where I was?" So he has to do that, but he won't because it benefits him. The new Super Bowl conspiracy is way more lame than mine. Uh, yeah, I know. Yours is the classic one. This new one is a little tame. Where are the lizard people? Well, there aren't any in this new conspiracy theory, you know, and which is why it's not so good. It's just a bit more mainstream because it's more bland because it's vanilla. It's a little more vanilla. It gets to get talked about on CNN and stuff like that, and Fox News. So it's a very fun. And then Vivek Ramaswamy is pushing it because he's a moron. He just likes to. Let's see. Then we are done with that. What else we got? Donald Trump will not win a war against the Swifties. I think that's accurate. She's way more popular and more important and more influential than he is. Would she win presidency? Maybe. Former President Donald Trump, allies have recently begun attacking the pop star Taylor Swift. Bad call, you guys. Real bad call. If Trump decides to personally criticize her, he's in for a world of trouble. Her U.S. adult fan base is nearly as big as the 2020 presidential vote count and unafraid to go low. Uh, I don't want them to get into a Twitter battle. Um, I don't think that's helpful or interesting. But what's the actual conspiracy that Taylor Swift will endorse Biden like she already did it last time? Woo, yeah, that's the problem, man. Like, that's what she did last time. She's going to do it anyway, regardless of whether the Chiefs win or lose. She's going to do that, and she's going to tell her fans to vote for Joe Biden. But they think it will. They think the conspiracy is that she'll do so while uh, her very cool boyfriend, who just won the Super Bowl, is on TV. And of course, you haven't thought about this, Popog. Where are the CIA mind lasers? Where are the CIA secret ultra high frequency beams going to come out of? Well, they're going to come out of the Super Bowl TV. Because one, all the men are watching, and two, now that we got Tay Tay on board, all the women's is watching, and so now everybody's watching, and the CIA pumps the brain waves, the ultra high frequency brain waves into your head, which is why we have our tinfoil. Have your tinfoil ready, folks. This is going to be very important. Have your tinfoil ready, folks. It's coming. Uh, Well, maybe they'll get addicted. I don't know. I mean, they're already addicted to Taylor Swift. Being addicted to Taylor Swift is not a problem that we need solved, Popok. We already have that. It's done. Okay, uh, we already got that covered. Uh, so if the Donald starts pushing her and bugging her, I don't think it's a good idea. I think all her fans will just scream about it on Twitter, and then we'll have to hear about it, and then people will talk about it, and then people will be like, "Oh, he's anti Tay Tay," and then they will not vote for him, but they're not going to vote for him anyway. If you're a real big Taylor Swift fan, and you're probably young and female, you don't like Donald Trump. You just don't. The numbers aren't there for you. Um, is there a huge young female base for Donald Trump? I don't think there is. I don't think that's a demographic he's pulling real hard. Also, Popog's right. You probably don't vote if you're a Taylor Swift fan. Um, the odds are that you're young, which means you don't vote anyway. And if you do, it's not going to be for Donald Trump, the 80-year-old Republican, who grabbed him by the pussy. It's just not going to happen. Those are not the people that he reaches out to. That's a Venn diagram that's just two circles. Honestly, giant Taylor Swift fans and giant Trump fans, they don't touch those two circles. All right, let's see. So we've got that to look forward to, not look forward to, honestly, since it's not going to happen. So what do we have here? We have a disturbing bill will let Arizona legislators ignore election results. So very fun conspiracy theory here. If they pass this, they get to just send the electors that they want, any one of them that they'd like. The proposed bill would give the legislature absolute power to control the state electoral college votes, disenfranchising millions of citizens. So that whole electoral college thing. You remember this? It was in the news about 3 years ago, around the time of Jan 6. Yeah, an Arizona lawmaker who signed on to be a fake elector for Donald Trump after the former president lost his bid for a second term has introduced a bill that would allow members of the state house to overturn future election results that they don't like. So, uh, right, It is a bad bill. Nobody likes it. It's definitely unconstitutional. But he's still there. The fact that the guy is still there. Read that sentence again. The Arizona lawmaker who signed on to be a fake elector has introduced a bill because he's still there. This motherfucker's still at work. Like, if you robbed the store that you work in, you wouldn't get to keep working there for the next few years. If you tried to take democracy away from the people of your state, you shouldn't be allowed to keep working there. Like, did nobody? Is there no way to get rid of him? Is there no way for to recall him? Is there no way to say, hey, we would really like you impeached, guy who doesn't care for our votes? I I don't know what we can do. Why is he still there? Why is he still there? And this is his reasoning. It's gibberish. It is the responsibility of the Arizona Secretary of State to certify elections, including elections for President of the United States. But the sole authority to appoint presidential electors is granted to the legislature. The legislature and no other official shall appoint presidential electors in accordance to the United States Constitution. Right, and he wants them to do exactly what he tells them to do. He wants them to choose for the people. Disregard the votes. Vote with the one you like the best. Um, who's this? This is a full sound the alarm moment for American democracy. Arizona Republicans are attacking the most essential tenet of our elections, that the people decide their representatives. So yeah, it's since 2020 we've seen hundreds of Republican legislators across the country willing to support efforts to challenge and overturn election results. But this latest attempt to remove the will of the people, from the presidential selection process is one of the gravest threats to democracy we've seen yet. Yeah, you vote, they count the votes, they look at the votes, they decide if you voted properly or not, and if you did not, they'll go and fix it for you by voting for the right way. So if you don't vote properly, they will change it for you. This very nice, wonderful man right here will change your vote for you if you don't do it properly. This is very nice of him. He's doing you a favor. You should say thank you. Don't know why you're complaining. What else have we got? We've got a hotelier. Okay, so I like this one. Exclusive hotelier Robert Bigelow gives Trump $1 million for legal fees. I gave him $1 million towards his legal fees a few weeks ago. I made a promise to give him $20 million more, and that will be to the super PAC. Okay. Tax the rich. Tax the rich. Just tax them. I don't even care what for anymore. He's got $1 million to just give to Donald Trump to pay his lawyers. Tax him. Why does he have this much money? He's going to give 20 more to Donald Trump. He's just going to give it to him so that he can keep breaking the law, do whatever he wants. Tax this motherfucker. Tax the rich. Tax him. And then that money will go towards something good for the people instead of paying Trump's lying, cheating, criminal lawyers. Tax the rich. This is why I say tax the rich. Why I do. Uh, he shouldn't be allowed to. Should he be allowed to do that? Yeah, I think he should. I think he actually should legally be allowed to give Donald Trump money if he wants to. But the government should raise his taxes. Just on, yeah, don't go to something good. I don't care. It's not going to something good with Donald Trump. If that guy had his taxes raised by 1%, he'd scream bloody murder. If he had to pay a quarter of that in taxes, if his taxes went up by $250,000, he would scream bloody murder and want to overthrow the entire government. He'd start getting violent. He'd start paying for people to like be violent if they raised his taxes up by that much. But he will willingly just give it to Donald Trump for nothing, for garbage, for dog shit. He will just give him $20 million. But if that guy had to pay 20 million in taxes, it could be put to towards something better. That whole Social Security thing that's Thomas keeps screaming about how it's underfunded. Well, I know, Thomas, I know you're not here, and I know you're not listening, but I know where we can find 20 million more dollars for Social Security. Right there. We can find it. And is that a perfect solution that solves the thing forever? No, but it's better than what we're doing with it, what he's doing with it now. Extremely mad about tiny taxes are the reason we have free speech today? Right. And with that free speech, I suggest we take some of his money away. He's clearly not doing anything useful with it. He's not doing anything good with it. He's propping up an actual fascist named Donald Trump. And that's not good. If he had less money, maybe if this hotel guy had less money, I think all the rest of us would have more freedom, honestly. The entire country would have more freedom if that guy had less money. Uh, and that one just got me today. It's not a conspiracy, but I wanted to toss it in there. Uh, Days of Darkness, how one woman escaped the conspiracy theory trap that has ensnared millions. So, this was in the AP today, um, and she has escaped, apparently, the QAnons. At first, his stories seemed harmless. Tales about secret organizations plotting to take over the world, about the good guys working to save it, and about the proof that if you knew where to look, it was hiding in plain sight. To Ramona, her boyfriend Don's tales of conspiracy theories sounded like a movie. A lot of it didn't make much sense, but Ramona would nod along anyway. Yeah, I've been there. I've been on both sides of this. This where oops. Uh, sorry. This lovely lady named Ramona. I didn't click the bright button because I'm dumb. Has escaped the conspiracy theories. I've been on both sides of that. I've been on the side that is saying the crazy things that people don't comprehend and don't know how to get away from and are just kind of glassy eyed trying to find the exits. I've been that guy. And I've been on the other side. I've been the one receiving it about comets and how the aliens are communicating us to us via comets and uh, crop circles. And I was like, uh huh. Yeah, I had like that kind of a glassy eye look, and I was like, uh huh. And I started looking for the exit. I was like, how do I get out of here? I've been on both sides of this. This is what I'm trying to get to. Don enjoyed telling his stories and showing off what he'd read online. He always knew the answer. The pair met while still in high school. They worked at the same fast food place in Ramona's hometown in western Tennessee. They started dating a few years later. Don was a big guy, good with engines, somebody could fix anything. Ramona had always wanted to be a teacher and was enrolled at a nearby college. Sometimes she struggled with anxiety, but with Don, she felt safe. They moved in together as COVID-19 happened, and the global response to it were filled with clues pointing to some kind of conspiracy orchestrated by America's leaders in the media. Maybe the virus was accidentally leaked from a lab. Maybe it was a bioweapon. Don also suspected that lockdowns had a nefarious purpose, and he believed the vaccines were unsafe, perhaps designed to kill. Don's wild stories had seemed innocent and silly even before, but in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic, they suddenly became plausible. At a scary time when questions about the virus outnumbered answers, the conspiracy theories filled in some of the blanks. I have a lot of fear about what I can't control, Ramona, now 23, said of her vulnerable mindset during COVID-19 spread. Ramona agreed to tell her story to the AP. Let's see. The stuff he was telling me, it made me feel like at least we understood. He had an explanation for what's going on. I didn't realize what I was getting into. So yeah, the uh, conspiracy theory feels good. She even says it right here. The stuff he was telling me, it made me feel like at least we understood. Feel. Conspiracy theorists feel. Uh, he had an explanation for what was going on. I didn't realize what I was getting into, she says. The alternate reality nourished by these conspiracy theories would transform Ramona's life, sending her down a dark path of paranoia and loneliness that upended her life and spun her dreams of the future into turmoil. Convinced that a new world order was already underway, she fell into a trap that had ensnared millions of Americans and even at times hijacked the nation's politics. Isolated from her friends and family, distrustful of the explanations offered by officials and the media, Ramona and Don began to prepare. The military might try to put Americans like them in concentration camps run by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA. FEMA camps, folks. FEMA camps, folks. They're coming to get you. That's where they're going to put you. If you are like these folks and you know the truth and you're willing to stand up for America, they're going to put you in a FEMA camp. The couple camps began stockpiling food and supplies and started a go bag. What is the go bag and the supplies going to do if the jackbooted thugs kick down your door and take you to a FEMA camp? I don't know, but whatever. He used their modest savings to buy a rifle, a handgun, and ammunition. Uh, to get an explanation whether it's based on reality is how it starts. Yeah. Um, One cold day in January 21, Don read about a power outage in Vatican City in one of his conspiracy theory websites. The couple discussed what it might mean. Perhaps the Pope has been secretly arrested for his role in the conspiracy to control the world, or maybe the bad guys had knocked out the power so they could smuggle child sex victims out of the Vatican. Either way, the outage meant something big was happening. There was no coincidences, just clues to be deciphered. A few hours later, Ramona was in the bedroom when their lights in their Tennessee home flickered and then went out. Dawn started yelling. Ramona said she sounded almost exhilarated. He comes running into the bedroom. He says, "Honey, we gotta go. This is it." They loaded their guns and the dog in the truck and drove out into the darkness. Uh, let's see, what happened after that? I want to know what happened. Wait, what happened? I believe what happened? Come on, AP, don't blue ball me now. Why did you? When did she come back? How long did they stay out there? You bastards! Apple a day to keep the doctor away with her FEMA Nazis. Yeah, if you have enough Baker buckets and bunker beans in your basement, then the FEMA Nazis can't get you. Makes sense. If you don't think about it, it makes a lot of sense. Let's see. Where did Ramona start? Why do we have to go through three scrolls of something else? No, I don't want to hear about her when she was a little girl. Oh, they drove off into the night. Why you suck so much, AP? Just continue with the story. Why are you telling it in a weird layout? Mandatory word count? Maybe. It was written by an AI, so it's not put in the correct format. Yeah. The night the power went off. Great. Ramona helped load the dog, the go bag, and the guns into the car. They planned to head to Ramona's parents' house, but when they got to the main road, they saw blue lights flashing up ahead. Two police cruisers were parked along the shoulder. Don eased the truck close and put it in park. He told the others that he wanted to ask the police what was going on. Stay inside. Don't get out of the car. I'll be right back. These could be the jackbooted thugs. This could be Obama's jackbooted thugs come to get you. Just grab your guns. He walked to the squad car. The policeman rolled down the window. It was a quick exchange before Don turned around and walked back to the truck. His face set in a grim expression that, to Ramona, could have been anger, could have been fear. Don said, all right, headphones again. Damn things. Don said the officers told him a semi-truck had hit a transformer. Power's out for a good chunk of the town. Does this mean we should go home? Ramona asked, logically, thinking clearly. No, Don said, thinking stupidly. He didn't believe the officer's explanation. With the outage in the Vatican City, it was too much of a coincidence. Too much of a coincidence. You guys like. I know it's kind of a trope and a joke to say, I don't believe in coincidences. Everything is coincidental. Literally everything. Coincide. That's all it means. It's two things that are happening at the same time. Everything is a coincidence. You being here and me streaming is a coincidence. Like it's everything is a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences. Well, literally everything is a coincidence. Uh, that's just what they're telling us. Told Ramona and his brother. That's just what they want us to believe. They drove on. As they rounded a bend, they saw the neon glow of a strip mall up ahead. Cars were lined up at a fast food drive-thru. People were picking up late dinner, while she and Dawn were driving off into a comfortable end of the world. Dawn turned the car around and then headed home. Wah, wah, wah. Poor guy. He didn't. He didn't get to go to the end of the world. The next day, he dismissed the incident as just another drill and said that he hadn't actually been frightened. You were probably frightened. Uh, I started to think maybe this is all a hoax, she said. When she confessed that these creeping dust to Dawn, he shook his head. Stay strong. Keep the faith. The storm is coming. No, it's not. They did drills. The drills made her more anxious, more easily startled. To this day, she hates practical jokes and sometimes worries that someone is hiding behind the door to surprise her. What are you going to do when the military comes to put you in a freedom camp? He asked her after one of the drills made her break down in tears. Ah, yes. Okay. At first, the conspiracy theories help Ramona make sense of the world. See, she feels like the world makes more sense with these explanations because feeling is all they have. All politics is feeling. Uh, yeah, you're right, Popog. They with three echoes around it. Watching funny videos on TikTok had been one of Ramona's favorite ways to relax. The diversion no longer worked. Seeing people laugh or goof off just made her sad. I just think, does this person know what's coming? Do they know that the end is near? Do they know the end is nigh? Let's see. Didn't sleep well for hours at night. I'd just be scrolling and searching and reading. The more I read, the more anxious I got. Yep. I began to think more about how none of the predictions and prophecies laid out in the QAnon lore had come true. Yep. Trump wasn't reelected in a landslide in 2020. Vaccinated people weren't turning into zombies. There have been no public executions of cabal members in the National Mall in Washington. The 10 days of darkness did not arrive. The storm hadn't come. And like an actual sensible person, she starts to say, "Hey, this probably isn't true. Let's stop thinking it. Let's stop listening to the people." About this time, one of Ramona's friends told her she would be taking a break from social media, a cleanse, she called it. See if it helped her mental health. Ramona was curious. On some level, she knew her social media habits were connected to her anxiety. On a whim, she decided to join a friend, and now she believes some part of her brain saw its way out. Doom scrolling is how I used to cope with it. Yeah, exactly. Uh, these people are crazy, but you can't deny keep your rifle by your side actually slaps. It's a nice thing to say. You can, if you want, keep a rifle by your side, but generally, the people who keep the rifle by their side all the time are paranoid schizophrenics. You know, they start to be paranoid about these type of things. Have you seen the gun bed for quick release gun, so you can quickly get to the? Oh, okay. Oh, it's a song. I don't know how to listen to music. Uh, that's cool from the EA game. Oh, okay. Well, I'm just dumb then. Have you seen the gun bed? It's very nice. Let's go to YouTube and then go to gun bed. It's a quick release for your gun so that you can. No. It's for so those FEMA the FEMA guys can't catch you, right? Okay, let me bring it over here. There it is. Load, damn you! Come on, internet. I am streaming at the same time. So, well, don't start there. That's no fun. Start back here where I click you. All right, here you are. Nice, regular guy, minding your own business, sleeping at night, in your bed with your button up on and your shoes. Here we go. Come on. All right, and then come. What? Would you come on? Okay, here we go. Here we go. There you are, sleeping. Bam, gun, go, ready to rock. Look at that. Bam, immediately. Bam. Look at this guy. He's so good. Pow, dude. You ain't got a chance. What are you gonna do with that? What are you gonna do about that? Well, you walk in. See the jackbooted thugs come into this guy's house, right? Jackbooted thugs are there. Bam. You shoot that liberal who's gonna throw you into a FEMA camp. It's perfect. What could possibly go wrong? Have I had a chance to check out Rumble? Uh, I've seen Rumble. How could this go poorly? Right. What could possibly go wrong with that right there? Yeah. Not today, Hillary. You have to say not today, Hillary. When you do this, when you do that, you have to say not today, Hillary. So, let me make sure I didn't get um, canceled or removed from any streaming platforms real quick, because pointing the gun at this screen could, get me booted. Um, I'm still on there. I'm still on Twitch. I'm still on YouTube. And I'm still on Kick. Okay. We did it, folks. Yeah, throw the song into the Discord by all means. Um, so, yeah, you have to make sure that you've got your gun on you all the time. Uh, and it's conspiracy thinking. Conspiracy thinking leads to paranoia. That paranoia leads you to make bad choices. That those bad choices like reverberate and make other people want to leave you. So yeah, that's the thing that's happening within the QAnon movement right now. The people who are really diehard, unstoppable, unflappable QAnon super troopers have alienated everybody from their life. Their kids don't talk to them. Their family doesn't talk to them. They can't talk to anybody because they are so incoherent. You can't talk to them. And there's not a lot you can do about it. You can't talk them out of it because they've talked themselves into it. So you have to like almost wait until something they just can't ignore anymore, and then they slowly walk themselves out. For me, that was the severe failure of 2012 for anything to happen in December of 2012. And that dragged me back toward, and I did sort of like that lady in the story where she said she shut off all her social media. Well, I stopped watching YouTube about those things, and I stopped watching all the stuff, and so I just stopped paying attention to it, and then all of a sudden I kind of reoriented towards reality. And then when I went back and looked at it, all of their videos had been taken down because they took them down because they looked stupid. So you can't find most of the 2012 content on YouTube anymore because the people who put it up failed so miserably that they took it down. Um, and that's not good. Like we should have it so we can make fun of them and mock them mercilessly. Uh, Paranoid leads to hatred, and hatred leads to suffering. And hey, your lightsaber turns red. Yeah, before you know it, you're bleeding lightsaber crystals, kyber crystals, so that they'll turn red, and you can be a Sith. Everybody knows that's the path. Conspiracy theories lead to the Sith. Because they took the videos down. Yeah, well, 2012 totally did happen, and only like 5 people noticed, and then the bad guys uh, took all the videos down so that you wouldn't notice. That's a theory, a conspiracy theory. Thanks for watching. Uh, let's see. We're actually just left behind. Yeah, we're the ones that got left behind. Michelle Obama had them taken down. It's good. I like that. She did. Angels came and took the worthy. It's just that the number was 0. They took everyone who was there, who's there. Rest in peace, Matt Pat. Yeah, poor guy. He died. That's terrible of him. Why did he die? Who killed him? Let's get the bastard. Let's form a crew of people, each with our own like specialty, kind of an Ocean's 11 heist thing, and we'll figure out who killed Matt Pat, and then we will hunt them down, and it'll be a good time. What could possibly go wrong? So, if you've got a favorite conspiracy theory, the conspiracy theory Matt Pat was part of, there you go. Tell us what it is. Uh, don't you be Michael Osama? I'm going to turn the lady back on, and you guys can tell me your favorite conspiracy theories and which ones you liked and which ones you remembered and um, which ones are actually real. Very important. If it's real, you got to tell us it's real. You could be like, hey, this is a conspiracy theory, but it's completely true. Um, so, Canooch is on, and we can discuss them together. We can feel it all together. And I'm going to get the video game started because it's fun.
Canooch.
Canooch, there she is, Canooch. Our Lord and Savior Canooch.
My favorite conspiracy is that platypides do not exist. They are a mass psychological experiment in public control.
Oh, platypuses? Oh, interesting. And they call them Polypides because we're English? Isn't it platypi? Unless you're Roman or something like that? Oh, okay. So Popog is the guy who knows about platypides and octopides, right? Says a lot about you that you know the word. I bet you know you use the word octopides, don't you? Shit. I gotta press this button.
Platypus is Greek, so should end in podes for plural.
Okay. Okay, so it's Greek. It wasn't. I was off. See. And then the same for octopus, right? Which means it's not octopi, it's Octopodes. Uh, window capture off. Uh, game capture on. There
Yep,
you are.
octopodes.
Yeah, octopodes. Except she says it wrong, doesn't she? It's octopodes, isn't it?
But those are real.
But those are real. Okay. No. Oh, okay. So those are real, but the platypuses are not real. Okay. All right. I mean, makes sense. I mean, a furry duck with furry beaver with a
Platypodes are fake.
fake. Okay. I've never seen one. I mean, it's true. I've never seen one. It's entirely possible that somebody's made it up.
Every few years they make up new facts.
Right. The fact that we just found out that they're like poisonous too. Didn't we find that out like 2 or 3 years ago? It was like, oh yeah. Oh, by the way, they have a stinger.
Like,
You're
did
like,
you know they don't have stomachs?
they don't have stomachs. I didn't know that. It sounds because they just made it up. It's insane. It's a joke that the scientists are
New
playing on
World
us.
Order psyop.
New World Order science. That's right.
And that they glow under UV lights.
I did not know that. They come out with a
Check
new.
out Waldo's videos https www.youtubecom at Waldo videos.
Thanks, Kanuch. Yeah, they come out with new platypus facts every year. You're right. I think you're onto something here, Popog. I'm on board. You are spitting hot truth, and I would subscribe to your newsletter.
And that they hunt underwater blind using electrolocation to find their prey.
See, this is all just real stuff.
Land speeds of over 50 kilometers per hour. And they have a venomous spur.
And they're poisonous too. They've got like is it on their foot or something like that? And it exudes poison. It's like,
But only the males.
oh, gross. So you're suggesting that that's so unbelievable that it can't possibly be real.
Whereas the females have milk patches instead of nipples that sweat milk.
Well, that just makes sense.
As well as selfish lovers.
All right, we're going Sword Boy. Haven't done the Sword Boy in a while. Ooh, yeah. Let's see. What were the good ones back when I was a kid?
Yeah, all this shit is completely made up. No way this animal exists.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen one. So, I mean, where do they live? Nobody knows. The good ones when I was a kid were obviously the aliens and the UFOs. Everybody likes aliens and UFOs, right? But yeah, the Discovery Channel would every once in a while show very real seeming documentaries about black triangles flying around the desert, and it can't possibly be real. Black triangles can't possibly fly.
I heard they don't pay taxes either.
Tax the platypus.
Did Hitler build the pyramids?
Did Hitler build the pyramids? No, that was the Seventh-day Adventists. They built it to be a grain silo.
That's what I remember from the History Channel.
Yeah, it was the History Channel, then it was the Hitler Channel, then it was the Herder Channel. It was aliens. Yeah. The Denver airport was another good one from way back in the day. Most of that stuff's been removed now, though. The Denver International Airport was just filled with wild-ass art stuff. And it had a giant blue Mustang, a giant blue horse statue with like a cock and balls, and everybody was like, why would you put that out there at your airport? It was very weird. And they had a tram.
The Denver airport still has some crazy art.
It still has some crazy art. And then there was like a tram that went underground, and everybody it made people sick, and they thought it was because of all the EMPs that they were getting a little too close to when they went on the underground tram, and it was like a fence. There was fence with barbed wire that was faced the wrong way to keep people in the airport, and then it was supposed to be
Like NES cover art crazy.
yeah, like really wild, and because of a lot of it has been removed at this point, but it was what was the theory? The theory was that the height of Denver, the elevation, kept it safe from nuclear winter. And when the elites, like the Queen of England and the President of the United States and the King of Spain, when they knew that the global
Check out
thermonuclear war
Waldo's videos https www.youtubecom at Waldo videos.
was imminent, they would immediately all fly there, hide there in that bunker. Nuclear war happens, and then they would own everybody who was trapped in there at the time, because I mean it's an airport. There's always someone in there, right? So all the people that were in there to just by sheer happenstance, all the normies, all the proles, all the peons that happen to be in there at that time, they're given a choice: either work here and make a new society, and we'll feed you, or walk the hell out right now. And if they chose to walk out, you would walk into a nuclear winter with no food and you die. So the people would choose to stay, and they would work for the Queen of England, and I think she had secret agents working in America to make these things happen. You know who those secret agents were? The Rhodes Scholars.
I mean, Denver isn't far from where you should be. If the nukes drop, Yucca Mountain is about the safest place you could be in the US.
But wouldn't it be safe only if you're inside there? If you're just at the airport, I don't think it would protect you. But I mean, of course, they've built a. Of course, the theory is that there's a secret bunker hidden under there. So then they turn the people into slaves, and then they work, and then they just live like kings through the apocalypse.
Yeah, being on top of Yucca Mountain isn't gonna do much.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. So, but yeah, the EMP waves are obvious that they had a whole bunch of equipment and stuff like that down underneath. So obviously.
And that's just the tip of that.
It's really the being under 5 miles of rock that saves you.
Right. Spell damage is increased. I don't like any of those. Reroll. Anything good. Meteor shower is pretty good. Maybe I should have gone Breath of Fire too.
Not the being near a cool Mountain X.
Right. And then I did hear something about it because the elevation, all of the nuclear winter, and the fallout is going to fall somewhere else because we're too high for it to reach. I don't know if that's scientifically sound. It probably isn't, knowing where I got it.
Or being in an airport full of DMT vents or whatever.
Yeah, it seems like most of those people wouldn't survive, but maybe if they did, I don't know. Evasion, life, all those suck. All right.
The nuclear winter sounds a bit Seuss.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, and then there's always 9/11 conspiracy theories. There's a million billion of those. God, I still every once in a while think that a missile hit the Pentagon instead of a plane, and I'm
Pretty
like,
sure the global cooling and the total inability to grow food is still gonna fuck you.
yeah, probably.
Even if you're at Denver Airport.
Yeah, Denver's not known for its vast wheat fields, right? But as far as end of the world bunker bases go, I mean, it's It's already got some food in it, being an airport. Might last you a few
The
days while you
Pentagon
set everything
conspiracy is the most reasonable conspiracy I've heard.
up. I know. It doesn't look like a plane, does it? And then you got Donald Rumsfeld on September 10th. You know, it's just, it's got all the best stuff that a conspiracy theory needs. You know, it's got the plausibility. It's got the just enough to make you say, "Oh man, that kind of sounds right."
Destroying all the auditing evidence.
Right. You gain attack damage for each immobilized enemy.
There's only one big flaw in that motivation.
That he'd have to tell a military person to to shoot the missile, and then that person would be a witness. Also, they usually keep pretty close track of where those missiles are and where they've gone, and who fired one and when. Shit gets logged.
I am not familiar with this batshit crazy. Is it some kind of cover-up for something?
Oh, I'm talking about the Pentagon when it got hit on 9/11. If that's part of the conspiracy theory is that it wasn't a plane.
T for the result for the motivation of destroying the paperwork. The flaw is the Pentagon has
failed
every single audit it's ever had, and there have been zero consequences. So what would have been?
Because this one was worse. Donald Rumsfeld just took the money and capped it. Shinsinto, this is you shouldn't be a conspiracy theorist, but if you really wanted to be one, you would go to YouTube and you would type Donald Rumsfeld September 10th, and he gives a speech about how the Pentagon lost billions of dollars and doesn't know where it went. And then on September 11th, some planes hit the towers, and then Donald Rumsfeld intentionally, willingly takes advantage of that to shoot the Pentagon with a missile in the place that would have all the auditing gear and all the paperwork to find out where he stole that money and what he did with those billions. It was just to him and his friends. So that's the entire conspiracy. And that's why he wasn't doing anything Secretary of Defense-ly when the Pentagon got struck, because he was out there holding stretchers and carrying people and doing first aid. I'm like, bro, you're the Secretary of Defense. You're supposed to be in charge of defending all the things.
He just so happens to find the same amount of money under his mattress.
Yeah, ironically.
This calls for the heavy-duty tin foil.
Well, this is old and probably explainable slightly. I mean, the Pentagon does fail all its audits, but it's always going to. Because they're not going to tell us what they're doing with it, because it's secret. All those jokes about the $50 or the $100 hammers and the $50 toilet seats and stuff like that, and it's to cover up where the money's actually going, towards spying on you through your cell phone and spy satellites. Crits. Yeah, the Donald Rumsfeld stuff is like baby's first conspiracy. It's where you get people on board with it, you know. It's the on-ramp of conspiracies.
Not just any spy satellites. Hebrew 5 grams COVID spy satellites.
Hebrew 5-gram COVID satellites. I like it. Good job. Um, good job, Canooch.
The best of the best. Canooch those satellites.
What else? There was old Zuckerberg was in front of Congress today, and they're just as brilliant as ever. They yelled at him for ruining the youth. It was all his fault. So yeah, who was it? It was Ted Cruz, well-known shitbag, was yelling and screaming at Zuckerberg for the way that people used the tool that Zuckerberg made. So if we apply that logic,
Isn't he the Zodiac killer?
Ted Cruz, yes, Ted Cruz, but he's also very pro Second Amendment. So he's all about them gun rights. And he will tell you that guns don't kill people, people kill people. And I kind of want to say that to him. Hey, Ted Cruz, Facebook doesn't traffic children, people traffic children. It's not, I don't know.
People kill guns.
People kill guns. That does happen sometimes. But yeah, he thinks guns are a tool, and if you use the tool incorrectly, it's your fault for using it incorrectly, and it's not the gun's fault, it's not the gun manufacturer's fault. But if a person uses Facebook incorrectly, it's Facebook's fault. I don't think he's very sound in his logic there. And they're pushing for legislation to make it to where you can sue those
Goodyear
tech
tires are
parts.
often used to traffic people. What is Goodyear doing to prevent this?
Right. The coyotes that are cruising across the southern border right now are driving Chevys. It's a good point. And Goodyear tires. So we should sue both, Chevy and Goodyear. We should sue them both, according to Ted Cruz's logic. But if you use that logic to say, hey, I would sure like to sue Smith & Wesson because somebody used a Smith & Wesson device to do a mass shooting and it harmed my children. He's like, no, that's not legal. That's not okay.
They're your mistake. You expected old Ted to use logic.
Yeah. Come on, Ted. Yeah. I didn't expect Raphael to use logic. It's just a feels kind of thing, you know? But yeah, you get it. He likes guns, you understand? He likes them. So, you can't be bad. You shouldn't be bad at anything he likes.
I feel like I might be a cheap chatbot.
Well, that could be a conspiracy. Let's explore that, KVP.
I can't wait until one of these Congress people learns about Tor.
That's the deep web. They already know. They just call it the dark web. The dark web. So KBP, you might be a cheap chatbot. Do you follow the 3 laws of
They just call
robotics?
that freedom internet.
Well, no, they wouldn't like it. No. I don't think Republicans would be on board for Tor.
KBP, you'll always be an expensive chatbot to me. Freedom to do anything on the internet.
Well, they hate freedom. Don't listen to the Republicans, man. They talk about freedom, but they don't know what it is. Remember that crazy channel that we got? Didn't know what freedom was? Ted Cruz does not know what freedom is or what it means or how to obtain it or who should have it or anything like that. He just knows that he feels about certain subjects. So he's happy with certain subjects and unhappy about certain other ones. And the ones that make him unhappy, he absolutely...
I might be speaking more about libertarians than... Listening to what Republicans say is always a good thing. Believing them is almost always a bad thing.
Yeah, good call. We have to listen to them. We don't have to believe them. Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, I'm stuck on a chest. Okay. Yeah, it's the old joke that libertarians are Republicans that want to smoke pot. Yeah, and under the actual old-fashioned Ron Paul libertarian, they would want a free internet. But then they want a lot of other freedoms that are basically just freedom from regulations a lot of times. And they have 19 different sects, almost. I think Popok and I went into that a couple weeks ago. We started discussing the different types of libertarianism. They have different wings, even within themselves.
Can you imagine an unregulated ISP?
Right. They would not be for government regulation, so that kind of thing.
You're on fire.
Spell damage, might as well. There's a heart. Oh, blue slimes.
ISPs are largely unregulated. No Section 230 safe harbors the shit out of them.
Largely unregulated? Well, Section 230 is just about suing them for what someone puts on their website, right? There are lots of regulations to go into ISPs. And those regulations change all the time and are pushed by lobbyists or industry people who want to make more money, or people who want to charge more for their services, shit like that. Because of their very nature, we'd have to have some regulation on them, or else they'll just jack the price up every week and provide less and less service.
Is there any specific regulation you can describe?
Well, no, because regulations are gigantic, wildly large laws that are thousands of pages long. And is there any specific legislation about ISPs? They're not allowed to, like, I don't know any legislation off the top of my head. I know that it popped up a lot when everyone was discussing, what was the thing called? Net neutrality. I think net neutrality is a great idea. Net neutrality is a good thing because it would hopefully prevent them from picking who gets to move at regular speed and who gets to be at slow speed.
Net neutrality really sparked the huge conversation about this.
Yeah. If the way I understand it, net neutrality, if McDonald's has a website and Burger King has a website, the
net neutrality, yeah, but that's been gone for a long time and the doomsday didn't happen.
No, we still have mostly net neutrality. I think it's mostly still there. They haven't enacted the terrible plan where they start charging more people more money for the regular speed of internet. But I think that they might have had some sort of a regulation again to prevent that from happening.
The FCC regulates bandwidth and IP addresses and usage.
Yeah, they do. Sometimes. Getting a cold. I don't want a cold.
We do not have net neutrality at all. Colocation is very anti-net neutrality and it's the basis of most CDNs.
Okay, so the horrible thing happened. We lost all our net neutrality and nothing went wrong yet. What goes in this slot? Oh, a ring with a diamond in it. Okay. That's a jewel. I don't want a jewel. I want a ring.
And IP addresses are YANA, which is run by ICANNA nonprofit.
For now. Until Cox figures out how to turn a buck from it. I don't know. Until Xfinity figures out how to charge me for it. I don't know. I'm reaching. And what did happen with net neutrality? Now I'm sitting here racking my brain like, okay, we were all really unhappy about it, and then we all learned who Ajit Pai was, and then we watched 1,000.
As far as I know, the FCC's bandwidth regulations are all about advertising your service as broadband, which is basically just a generic truth in advertising thing, which most libertarians
Yeah,
sup.
You know support. Okay. Well, there was also something about the fast lanes and the slow lanes, and charging companies more to be in the regular lane, right? And there was no fast lane. They were lying. There was
Y20 ensures 20 that 20 all 20 data 20 on 20 the 20 internet 20 is speeds 20 based 20 on 20 business 20 agreement.
I've been killed by 20s. Way to go, KBP. Thank you. Investopedia. Net neutrality. Okay. I'm going to click on
Lots of 20s. 20.
Now I'm terrified of 20s. Oh, this describes what net neutrality is. Okay. Targets issues that are blocking or filtering online content and preferential internet speeds based on business agreements. So yeah, that's what I don't want to happen. I don't want McDonald's to be
21.
charged a lot more.
Got him.
I don't want the ISP to go and say, hey, wouldn't you like your website to run at the maximum speed? Pay me. And if the business then chooses not to, like if McDonald's chooses to pay them to have the fast internet and Burger King doesn't, then they put Burger King in the slow lane, that it loads slower. This sounds like a racketeering kind of thing that the ISPs would do, and I don't like that idea. We're going to take the Divine Shield because this character is
Gamble
not
20.
very good.
At KBP 24 dice roll result 5 you recovered the bet.
But yeah, that was a whole conspiracy theory itself.
Well, sorry to burst your bubble, but all ISPs do that now, primarily through colocation.
Well, I don't like that. Sounds like a fucking scam.
You have.
Oh, that's why food's so expensive now. That's why the eggs went up in price. That's why the grease and the chicken oil cost more. That's why chicken costs so much more now, because they all have to pay the ISPs more money to get their internet and their advertising and all their stuff online. And then paying more means their bills go up, and then to pay their bills, they have to charge their customers more. I think we're onto something here.
Yes, because the big truck of the internet got too many things loaded on it, not enough room for eggs in the tubes.
Right, exactly. So now we need to pay more. Oh, this is brutal.
The whole stream and no Bobo.
Yeah, no Bobo this stream, sorry. I could probably go get him if we wanted to. He's not, he hasn't come up here, like at all.
Check out Waldo's videos, https www.youtubecom at Waldo videos.
He usually doesn't come up that often at night, unless he's trying to avoid bedtime.
Bobo. I would rather you have Bobo than a severed head.
Not as many views, though, I suppose. But I also don't want the channel to get taken down. Let me text around and find out if he's available. Alright, I've texted. We'll get a response here in just a second. Find out if he's...
Who, Bobo or the head?
Bobo probably won't get me my channel struck and removed. He hasn't in the past. Holding severed heads up on your
I'd
stream
rather you had
does.
Bobo than make actionable, credible threats against the President of the United States like usual.
Yep, that's also true. Just Bobo stream all the time. No more terrorism. I hate that one. Okay.
I heard Bobo was at January 6th.
That's not true. He's only like 6 weeks old. That was like 3 years ago. He's just a puppy. Nice try, Alex Jones. I see you there. I haven't gotten any answer. Alright, gotta go get him. I'll be right back. Don't, chair stream. Go chair stream.
He was there, but it was just a peaceful tourist trip. Anyway, which hotel in DC do you guys think has a better view of the West Wing, the Hay Adams or the Hotel Washington?
Let's discuss that. Yeah, that's a good idea. All right, I got him. Here he is. All right, let's do that, and then we have to go here. Whoa, chill out, dude. We have to go here so you can get the full screen, and then there he is. Okay, hi, Bo. You're on the internet. Look at those ears. Those things are massive. Look at them. You got big ears, kid. Yeah. You heard him barking earlier. Yep. There's okay. All right, go play. And he's off. He's gone.
So handsome.
Yeah, it's almost his bedtime. He goes to bed pretty early. Now I got to get all my chats back up so I can see them. I have the YouTube one up for just in case that one guy is in there. And then we switch the button back here, and we bring the game up. Bam! There we go. All right, I'm gonna play this one.
Handsome like his pops.
Yeah, that sounds unlikely. He's not even mine. This is not a drama stream. I can't really go into it though. Trail of Fire. He's pretty good meter shot. We need to get some killing going. I want Gem High. So I can move faster. Do I have it already? Oh, I might.
Fired up.
Yeah. Bone guy. Yeah, I think I'm coming down with a cold. I got the scratchy in my throat, which is bad timing because I'm going to be in Vegas all next week. Not for the Super Bowl. I'm going to leave right beforehand. Didn't even realize.
If Taylor Swift endorses Mitt Romney for president, though, this will confirm my conspiracy theory.
Yeah, it would. If she comes out and pushes real hard for Mitt, for Romney, what was the other guy's name? From the coal country, North Carolina. It would make you a prophet, and I would brag about having you in my chat. And I'd be like, yeah, and then I'd lead with that. I'd be like, look, this is where we got it, and then I'd brand the whole thing as the first place to mention that, talk about it, push it real hard, get a bunch of subs. Gotta push those subs up.
Alex Jones' voice, you heard it here first, folks. We're broke it. Joe Manchin.
Yeah, Joe Manchin. Okay, yeah. So, it would be, folks, you heard it here first. Joe Manchin and Mitt Romney have come together to form a super group backed by Taylor Swift. They are expected to get 70 to 80% of all the votes. They've created a new party called the Incoherent Party. You've heard of independence, but this is the incoherence.
They also adopted a gay trans baby together.
See? And they think that that's going to solve the Starbucks union problems. Because they're incoherent, you see? What's that? You got a
Omniracial baby.
omniracial baby? Yeah. See, the incoherent party. If there's a problem with Social Security, bomb Yemen. That'll solve it. Anything? So yeah, what other problem do we have? We have the border. How do they solve the border? Well, the incoherent party says we should tax the poor. That'll solve the border problem. Don't have enough for Medicare? Guess what? Hang a few judges. Incoherent party. There we go. Durations are increased. That means stuff I'm dumping on.
Legalize prostitution in New Hampshire to solve the border problem.
Yeah, exactly. This is working, y'all. This is gonna be great. What other problems do we have? Armor, reprisal. Divine shield goes down to 15 seconds. That sounds pretty good. So yeah, what other problems could they solve? They could, child hunger. Too much poverty in children. You know what we do? Millions of pea balloons.
Banned guns in Alaska to reduce the deficit.
Yeah, there you go. See, you guys are great. You're hired for the incoherent party. Yeah, too much childhood poverty. We're gonna throw pea balloons off of the Statue of Liberty at anybody who's down there. Just balloons filled with pea.
Feed the children to the starving.
Feed the children to the starving? No, that's incoherent enough, man. That sounds a little too logical. Feed the hungry children to zoo animals. There you go. See, that'll.
Sorry, that's a different party position. That's the modest party.
Yeah, that's the modest party with their modest proposals, and we don't need none of that. Breath of fire, right? Nice. A little too logical, so we're gonna need you to work on that. Workshop it and get back to me. I'm all about feeding the children to something, but we gotta make sure it's the right something.
Jonathan Swift for president.
Tensions in the EU. Are you worried about Brexit and stuff like that? Ban the selling of Girl Scout cookies.
Day training for migrants.
Problem solved. DEI training for migrants? They should, well, maybe. It's a bit incoherent. I'm on board. From now on, to be a governor, you must be legally blind. It's my first executive order as the incoherent party's nominee. How does the incoherent party do their primaries?
Solve student debt by declaring all bees to be fish.
Now you're talking, Popog. I like that. All the bees are now fish, and that will solve our student debt problem. I'm on board, man. You're doing well. How do we do the primary though for the incoherent party? The person with the most shoes is the winner of the primary. I'm not entirely sure if that would work.
Most spend on advertising with fewest votes. We do the primary exactly the way the DNC and RNC do it now. Hard to be more incoherent than that.
You might be right. All superdelegates? Non-stop superdelegates. Only superdelegates.
To be governor, do you have be blind beforehand, or is it eye gouging after the votes are counted?
Either one is acceptable. So yeah, the only superdelegates. I like the idea of the most money spent with the fewest number of votes. Because then you get into double reverse psychology. You spend thousands and thousands on the ads so that you can get it up there, but then people don't want to vote for you. So they all tell each other to stay home. And then you have to go vote for the guy you don't want to win. So whoever you do support, is you go and vote for their opponent.
My favorite primary story so far was Biden winning on a ballot he wasn't on but getting 0 delegates for it.
Was that what happened in New Hampshire the other day?
Battle inflation, prescription lenses for all dogs.
I like it. I'm on board. We need a catchphrase. I'm thinking something.
Yeah, NH is wild. So basically they would be doing positive ads for their opponents.
Right, they'd be doing positive ads. No, they'd be doing negative ads for their opponents, maybe. Or they'd be doing negative ads for themselves. Yeah, you'd be kind of a double entendre kind of situation. If I do a positive ad for them, then somebody might vote for them, but we all know that he's not to be voted for. Complicated. See, it's entirely incoherent. I love it. Slogans. What are we thinking? Like taglines for the entire party.
It should be sexy ads for their opponents.
Just make America. That's it. It just ends right there.
Don't look up.
Don't look up. Let's see. Random blessing for 45 seconds. Okay, you really, really, really want me to have this one. It's red. I'll take it. For 72 seconds. That sounds pretty good.
Can you check if this milk is expired?
That's a good party. That's the name of our platform. Can you check if this milk is expired? I like it. This is very nice. Yeah, we could put that on the bumper stickers.
Our slogan should just be "Ring my bell" from the classic 1990s Burger King ad. Paper plastic.
Paper plastic, not paper or plastic, just paper plastic. Okay, okay. So these are the tweets. These are the bangers. These are the bumper stickers. These are on the shirts. I think we get the years wrong. Incoherent Party for President 2021. You know, like really.
Don't vote. I don't care.
don't vote. I don't care. All right. All right. And then we put those. Don't vote. I don't care. That's a good T-shirt. I think that could be a good T-shirt. That's the first piece of merch from the Incoherent Party.
A horse for me is a kingdom in TH.
A horse for me is a kingdom in
E-Bush.
The bush. A horse for me is a kingdom in the bush. Okay, all right. So we're getting taglines, we're getting merch, we're getting stuff. Who runs? So we got. What are the names of the candidates?
If America falls, I brought donuts.
That could be a fun time. Who are our celebrities? I'm thinking we'll just name them.
Check out Waldo's videos https://www.youtubecom at Waldo Videos.
We
can
definitely
get Vermin Supreme for sure.
I agree. We can get Vermin Supreme. Guys got a boot on.
We can
his
sell
head.
coffee mugs with holes in the bottom with our slogans on them.
I like it. Holes in the bottom. Okay. We're gonna get some. I'll have to change my name if I'm gonna run. What should I change my name to be the Incoherent Party's leader? I'm thinking like Biff Strong
Here in
Punch.
Law, we've got Good Space Guy.
Yeah, I like Biff Strong Punch, or like.
Your name could be several corporate names all joined together.
Like
he has run for literally every single office.
Like a marijuana Pepsi.
He's my favorite.
Good Space Guy? Is that Vermin Supreme? Is that another name for him? I have not heard about him in a very long time. What about, we'll need a nice strong name like Brock, and then some really strong last name like Brock Fist Punch, or Big.
He's Good Space Guy is his own man. Beignet Tridix.
Beignet Tridix. Yeah, you're right. Big McLarge Huge. Yeah, that could be a vote for McLarge Huge. Yeah. Or Beignet Tridix. Yeah. Okay.
Brock's Huge McLarge.
Brock's Huge
Skeletor
McLarge.
head of PR.
Skeletor's our head of PR. We'll have to, we'll have to build an entire cabinet. So, Beignet Tridix is the vice president. Popog, which position do you want in the cabinet? Skeletor's head of PR. Shinsinto, you can be our Minister of Bread. And KVP, you're going to be the
Minister of Canooch.
The Minister of Canooch. You got it. KVP is the Minister of Canooch. Popog, what position do you want within the government? Head of rocket development? I don't know. The cabinet position would be the
I want to be the 14th floor handlebar.
14th floor handlebar. There you go.
Head of lettuce.
Head of lettuce. KVP can be the secretary of the head of lettuce. We're going to need a secretary of secretaries, and yeah, this is all going really well. I think we've got a chance here. I mean, who are we going to lose to? Donald fucking Trump? Come on.
Secretary 8.
Secretary 8? does it give you a number? Government took his name away. Poor guy.
Big yeast agenda higher.
We're gonna need a press secretary. Well, let's get. You know what? We'll get Steve from Blue's Clues to be the press secretary. He'll be all right. And then, if any of the press starts acting up, he can like talk to them like they're children. It'll be great.
I just have this robot lady to do it.
She does all the work for you. What position do we give ChatGPT? Secretary of State? While we do all the important stuff?
Greased up deer guy as Secretary of Treasury.
Okay. Alright, I'm on board.
Actually, can I be the Secretary of John Kerry as the real Chief Justice of the Supreme Court? No more Rice Krispies now. Deaf guy.
Okay. No, I like, no, Shinsundo, you are turned down. That motion is denied. It is now a greased up deer guy as Secretary of Treasury. Popog, I see that. The Secretary of John Kerry is the real Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. No more Rice Krispies now. Yes, that motion has been passed. Is the deer guy
touching all the candy?
That's been passed, Popog. That is now the 78th Amendment. Deer guy touching all the candy? I mean, why wouldn't he be? He's allowed to. It's not illegal. Touching candy is totally allowed.
Amazing.
It's got shoot. Curved bullets.
You prefer some.
But wait, who's the Secretary of the 78th has been passed, so Congress doesn't even need to look at it anymore. Just trust me, guys.
We can that position is open at the moment. It could be, I mean, I'm willing to listen to suggestions on who to fill that position. You know, I can't do everything. So for every 6 seconds, the past damage of your summons increases permanently. That's nice, but I don't have any summons. Well, what are you doing? What are you giving me grief? We'll need a Secretary of Cheeses. He'd be a really cool guy. Everybody likes him around because he brings cheeses with him.
Sorry, that position has been cursed by Voldemort. You won't fill it.
Cursed. Just the chair the Secretary of Cheeses sits in. That makes sense. And now we can't get one. We'll need to replace the people on the Supreme Court with dogs. But really mean dogs. And I mean like the bad pit bulls, you know? The ones that they warn you about. That's the entire Supreme Court now.
All of the dogs will be named Caligula Caligulus.
I love it. I'm on board. Let's do it. Um, and the lawyers have to like get them to one side or the other of the actual room. Now that sounds easy. These are not the nicest dogs in the world. And if you go an easy route to like, convince them to your side, they will absolutely like maul you. And there's only like 40 laws allowed at any time. If you want a new law, we have to pick one to get rid of. I think I killed them all. Oh, I made it to 20 minutes with the lady. Cast a shoe, gain 24 rare items. That's 32 method. Okay. Draculia.
Alright, gotta put my daughter to bed, so we'll probably miss the end of the stream.
Good lord, I died
Laters, y'all.
immediately. Thanks for helping, Popog. I'll see you
Thanks
later.
for the stream.
I just died horribly, so we are about to call it. I immediately died. Damn. Alright, let's do that button, and then let's go over here, and let's go over here. Alright. My name is Waldo. That has been a stream, kind of. It was a mess. It was nonsense, and I appreciate everybody who chimed in. If you want to be cool like them, you can chime in anytime you like. If you want to become a follower, you press the button and you'll turn a frog gay right up here. It's very exciting. Everyone loves it.
Thanks all there for the stream.
Thanks, KVP. Yeah, you guys, it was really cool. You stuck in all night tonight. Well, I guess it's not as late as it can be. So, if you'd like to follow me, you can do so on YouTube. I said that weird because I was typing it. Yes, thank you. You can follow me on YouTube.
https www.youtubecom@waldavideos.
Or you can go to Discord.
https discord gg Tritix 8.
If you'd like to post up a story that you saw in the news, post it there, save it, and then I'll look at it. And the next time we're doing a stream, I'll look at the thing you suggest, and then we'll talk about it. We'll feel it all together.
Gambling.
Hashtag gambling. That's how we do. We love gambling. If you want to, every time you chat into Kick, you get another 5 points, and then you can gamble those points away. And it is fun, and all the cool kids are doing it. So, if you want to be a cool kid, you should immediately do that.
Gamble 100. At KBP 24 dice roll result 2, you lost the bet.
Look how cool he is. Don't you wish you were that cool? You could be, if you were here. Gambling with me. So, that is it for tonight. I appreciate it. I will be here on Saturday, probably. Let me double check. I'll put it on the community. I'll put something in there if I'm not going to be here, but I think I'll be here on Saturday. I think I don't leave for Vegas until Saturday afternoon or evening. But yeah, I will be in Vegas for the next Tuesday and Thursday stream. Monday and Wednesday stream. What am I talking about? Monday and Wednesday, I will be in Vegas on those days, so I won't be streaming next week. But I should be back by Saturday. So that will be the Saturday before the Super Bowl, and I'll be here for that. So that'll be it. That's it. Thank you for being here, and Canooch.